Yo, Garrett, the chef. I've been doing this forever. Can I wash the dishes or something?
Nah, we got the best dishwashers in the world. You're just gonna slow them down. That wasn't clean.
I've been doing this for 9 hours. I think I know what's clean.
I'm telling you that's not clean. That was not clean either. Please do them properly.
Yo, they're goddamn forks.
Outside.
Forks is, without question, one of my favorite episodes of television ever made, and in my opinion, one of the greatest episodes of television ever made. The title, Forks, a subtle nod to the episode preceding it, is a reference to the driving force behind Richie's transformation in this story. This episode isn't just about forks, it's about finding purpose, direction, and meaning in an unexpected place. But before we dive deeper, we need a bit of context. In June of 2022, The Bear debuted on FX with a seemingly simple premise. Carmy, a world-class chef, inherits his late brother's struggling beef sandwich shop after his brother's tragic suicide. The show follows Carmy as he tries to bring order and professionalism to a chaotic, failing kitchen. But what really makes The Bear so special isn't just the plot, it's the characters. You root for them, get frustrated with them, and feel their anxiety as if it were your own. Which brings us to Richie. From the very first episode, Richie is established as a lovable yet maddening character. He's loud, obnoxious, and constantly adds to the chaos of what is already a chaotic kitchen. If Carmy suggests something new, Richie pushes back. When silence is needed, Richie's the loudest in the room. He's stuck in his old ways, in his personal life, and in his sense of self. And while other characters in the show evolve, Richie seems to remain lost. But there's more to Richie than meets the eye. Beneath the tough, brash exterior, we get glimpses of a man who cares deeply. Early on, we learn he's a devoted father and a divorced husband. He's grappling with a lack of purpose, feeling like time is slipping away and he has nothing to show for it.
Yo, you ever think about purpose?
I love you, but I do not have time for this, all right? I have time for this. Purpose.
What's my purpose, homie?
Your shirt says original birth.
It's a printing mistake. Collector's item. Yo, I'm trying really hard to be on board with all this new shit, cousin. I'm reading a lot. I'm trying to learn about who am I to my history. So in one of these books, there's this dude who's got like no skills, no personality, nothing. All he does is watches trains.
Watches trains do what?
Just watches them be trains. And he's got this group of friends that he's had since he's a little kid, you know, and they're all the shit, and they're outgrowing them. Like, one's like a sick athlete, one's a genius, this other one's nasty on the keys, then this other one, she's got like charisma like a motherfucker, and one day out of the blue, boom, they drop his ass. They just cut that motherfucker off.
Why do they do that?
Because he's got no purpose.
Okay, so what does he do?
I don't know, I haven't read that far. But I do know that I'm 45, been here a long time. You feel me? I mean, you know what the fuck you're doing, you know? You love all this shit. It's fun for you. I don't have that. I'm afraid one day I'm gonna wake up and you guys are all just gonna just drop this ass.
Richie, I'm not gonna drop this ass.
He's a man searching for significance and for something he can be proud of. Throughout the series, Richie repeatedly tries to prove his worth, only to fall short time and time again. He wants to help, to be seen as valuable, but his efforts often backfire.
All right, these ceilings, they're practically styrofoam. Where we'd have mold, they would collapse when I go like this.
In season 1, Cicero even calls him out for not showing up for a job he was hired for, only for Richie to realize later that Cicero had the wrong number the entire time.
Properties too?
Actually, no. Because you know what, Jimmy? I don't fuck up properties.
Oh.
You know? Sometimes people think they're calling me to fix a toilet, but in reality, they called somebody else.
All you had to do was pick up the fucking phone, man.
I never got a fucking call!
Oh, yeah? Really? Fuck this. All right, so here's what she said. Couldn't turn off the sink. There's water leaking everywhere. I couldn't find anyone.
Friggin' malarkey.
I repeatedly called Rick at 847-555-0186. Number sound familiar, Ricky?
Yeah. Because that's Michael's number. Nobody looks at fucking digits anymore. I'm 312, dog.
It's a small but telling detail. People expect Richie to be a failure, and eventually he starts to see himself that way too. This ongoing pattern of failure weighs heavily on him, reinforcing the belief that he isn't good at anything. That's where episode 7 of season 2 comes in. Following the renovation of the Bear, Carmy sends Richie to stage in a high-end restaurant. For most people, staging at one of the best restaurants in the world would be seen as an incredible privilege. But for Richie, it feels like a punishment, a sentiment he repeatedly expresses throughout the episode.
Not gonna give cousin the satisfaction of coming home early. I can do my time standing on one foot.
So let me get this straight. He's punishing you by making you work at the best restaurant in the world.
Yep. He's punishing me for being ancillary.
This belief is directly challenged by Garrett, one of the staff members, during a pivotal moment that marks the beginning of Richie's transformation, but we'll address that later. And if you're unfamiliar, staging is a French culinary term meaning to intern or apprentice in a kitchen. It's usually a way for chefs to learn new techniques and gain extra experience. Throughout the episode, you'll notice clever cinematography choices. The camera often uses rotating gimbal shots, subtly conveying Richie's inner turmoil and unease. The color palette at the beginning is dominated by cool blues and stark whites, creating a sterile, almost clinical atmosphere. This, combined with the eerie music and minimal ambient noise, mirrors the discomfort and anxiety of starting something new, particularly in an unfamiliar, high-pressure environment. There's a subtle but significant pause when Richie puts on his new uniform, highlighting his discomfort with change. For so long, the beef shop has been his entire world. Stepping outside of it feels foreign. His first task? Simply cleaning forks. As the episode progresses, Richie's journey highlights a crucial stage of the hero's journey, the refusal of the call. Richie perceives his time at this fine dining restaurant as a punishment rather than an opportunity. Throughout the episode, he remains defiant, resisting the chance to learn or grow. Although he quietly observes his surroundings, his work reflects his unwillingness to engage. Forks remain streaked, unarranged, and handled without care. This refusal to embrace the experience underscores Richie's deep-seated belief that he isn't good at anything, reinforcing his struggle to find purpose. Richie's journey continues with the next crucial step of the hero's journey, meeting the mentor. After disrespecting Garrett in the kitchen, Richie is met with some much-needed words from him.
Do you think this is below you or something?
Man, I think I'm 45 years old polishing forks.
Garrett goes on to explain why he's passionate about his job, the importance of the joy they bring the diners, and most of all, his need for Richie to respect their job, each other, and most of all, himself.
You don't have to drink the Kool-Aid, Richie. I just need you to respect me. I need you to respect the staff, I need you to respect the diners, and I need you to respect yourself.
I can do respect.
Lovely, I'll see you inside.
Through Garrett's composed yet firm demeanor, Richie begins to recognize that this experience isn't a punishment, it's an opportunity. This interaction serves as the catalyst for Richie's eventual shift in perspective, marking the first step in his transformation. The next stage of the hero's journey follows: tests. Finally, Richie moves from cleaning forks to shadowing outside the kitchen. Much like a 90s training montage, this portion of the episode highlights Richie's enthusiasm, growth, and development of his new passion. More than that, it showcases his natural skills. In a key moment, he overhears diners mentioning their inability to get Chicago deep dish, and without hesitation, he takes initiative. He eagerly assists the chef in acquiring and preparing a great meal and presents it to them with his signature charisma.
Pequod's deep dish.
No. Oh, you did not hear me say that.
Manja, baby.
In this moment, we see Richie's talents fully emerge. His ability to connect with people, to serve, and to bring joy through food. It's a defining moment where he steps into his potential, proving that he does in fact belong. In an important moment with Jessica, she explains to Richie how she can do her job, explaining that it's because each day she gets to make someone's day. This simple yet profound statement reinforces the idea that service isn't just about the work itself, but about the impact it has on others. As the episode progresses, we see subtle yet powerful visual cues signaling Richie's internal change. His enthusiasm for the day shifts. He begins cleaning his disheveled house. In the most telling detail, he wakes up earlier each morning. By the final day, he's awake before the alarm goes off, a small but significant sign of his transformation. By the end of the episode, Richie has changed. He's found a sense of pride and direction he didn't have before. There's a powerful scene on Richie's last day. He has a meeting with Chef Terry, the owner. In this meeting, Terry speaks to him about the value of respect and the effort put into one's work, emphasizing that no task is too small. She reinforces what Carmi has said about him before, affirming that Richie is, in fact, good with people. This moment solidifies Richie's transformation, giving him the validation he never thought he needed. He's no longer just the loud, aimless guy we met in season 1. He's someone who's starting to see his own worth. And that's why Forks is such a brilliant episode. It takes a character we thought we knew and gives him depth, growth, and purpose. It's not flashy or over the top. It's thoughtful, intimate, and incredibly well executed. It shows us that transformation doesn't always come in big, dramatic moments. Sometimes it starts with something as simple as cleaning forks.